Okay, so it's next day and we are now loading up some of the square bales, trying to get them off the ground before this rain arrives, and we're making good headway. We've basically, there's probably about 30 bales left, just looking around here. So 30 bales left. We have customers that have come and picked up their allocation of bales, and we've loaded up about 700 bales for ourselves on a couple of trailers, or well, it's probably almost 800 bales, but yeah, getting on alright. We just spent an hour and a half here loading almost 800 bales onto 2 trailers, and that is done. They're for ourselves. We need roughly about 1,300-1,400 bales to do us over the winter, and yeah, we use the small squares for bedding, for in the diet feeder, for all that. So yeah, that's what we aim for, and the more we can get now at this point, the better. We have 30 acres left that we have to cut next week, but yeah, we can get as many of the bales, small square bales out of the way now. That's great. It just means we'll not have to handle more of them next week. So yeah, that's it. Bit of footage now. The David Brown baling the last of the small square bales of straw here. And then you wonder why we need somebody on the sleigh to keep the bales all moving in the right direction and help them on a wee bit. Follow the pickup, no hassle to her. She gets rid of the bales fairly well. It's the sleigh is the issue. Yeah, the bales are coming too quick for the ground speed. That's the problem with these sleighs. I mentioned it last year. That's the problem with these sleighs and these bigger combines. Smaller combines, maybe 12 foot, 13 foot, 14 foot header. Less hassle. Once you get up to 18-20 foot torture, and especially when there's a good crop of straw on it as well, doubles up the trouble. But it's getting through it. Getting another bit of footage now and it's coming back up. Okay, so we're back at the winter barley. It's almost a week later since we finished the last bit of the winter barley that we cut. We had rain last weekend, which wasn't ideal, so more fell than what was expected, quite heavy at times last weekend. So yeah, that kind of stopped us, and there was a couple of wee light bits of rain early in the week as well. So we're going to go back at this on Thursday and Friday evening, and we've just on the 30 acres here in this plot of land that we had to cut all winter barley, and some of it has went down. So we're in the back field, or the last field of it here, and you can see where it is laid down in a whole section of it here, and it was pretty much the same in the other fields too. Sections of it was all down out there as well, but the only thing is it's kind of lay over in such a way that the combine can come in and is able to get under it. Brendan has got the lifters on the combine and it's lifting it fairly clean. There's not many heads on the ground, which is just as well, because this isn't, it's not going to yield well. It never does, this bit of land. 2.5 ton is usually in around what it ever yields. It's kind of the land it is. Some of it is quite wet, and some of it's quite stony. It's just what it is. The best we've ever had out of it was about 3.8 ton of wheat after potatoes. We had it sublet out for potatoes one year, and that's the best it's ever done. So yeah, it's kind of what we expected to do, and it's not going to do any better than that. So yeah, quite surprised that so much of this has laid down. Seen it about a week and a half ago, and bits of it had laid down, but not as much as this. And yeah, not ideal, but it is what it is. Luckily, great breeze, some lovely sunshine. It's drying out very, very nicely, and it's just going to mean that we're getting it in a nice moisture. It's coming in around 17.5% moisture, which is fine, and the straw will be quite dry as well, and we'll be able to get the straw baled up in the next couple of days. So yeah, get it done and dusted, get it finished. So this will take our average yield down a little bit, but yeah, we kind of expected it, just the way it is. So I've left a couple of trailers here for Brendan just for finishing off. There's one here beside us, and there's another one over the far side of the field there, and there's one out here. We're going to hook onto it, and we'll get it home, get it tipped in the yard. This is all going home back to the yard. This will be treated and will be part of our feed for the winter for the cattle. So let's get back to the yard. Alright, we're going to do a quick moisture test. We've just tipped that out. Now, it was coming through yesterday evening at around, the last stuff we were cutting was around 17.3 or 4%. It rained a bit last night, which stopped us around 7:30, 8 o'clock, and moisture would be a bit high because of that. There was a couple of wee showers overnight as well. We had lovely sunshine and drying this morning, but I still predict it to be maybe around, I'm going to say 19%, but we'll see. Oh, 20.3, so it's a little bit higher than what I expected, but it's not going to matter. This is all going to be treated anyway here at home, which means we'll be adding water to it, and yeah, it doesn't really make any difference for this stuff, but a little higher than I expected. Alright, so just continuing on now. The cutting and training at the last few bits of this particular plot of land just finished off. Yeah, quite surprised that that first load was a little bit higher on the moisture side of things, but not the end of the world. As I mentioned, like, we are going to be taking this home, treating it, and in the treatment process we add water to it and bring it up to about 25% moisture anyway, so it doesn't make that much difference. But just to note that in the following few loads that I took home, or the remaining couple of loads, the moisture was back down to around 17.5% in those loads anyway, so it was only that particular load. Yeah, straw was actually in quite good condition. Straw could have been baled that first day. Yeah, there was good drying. It wasn't baled. We left it for it was actually on the ground for a couple of days before we baled it. But yeah, the straw was in very good condition. It did lay over, but it wasn't lodged very badly, and yeah, it didn't really have much of an effect on the straw. Yeah, great to get the last of the winter barley done and dusted and out of the way. And really all that we have left to do now is, we've no spring barley or spring crop. We have some winter wheat which we hope to be cutting in the next week or so. So we're just keeping an eye on that and watching it coming in. If we get a good spell of weather, I think it'll come in pretty quickly and we'll get it cut and done and dusted. So yeah, bit of footage now of the big square bale working, so you get to see that in action.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go through the wastelands.
So a little bit of big square bale of footage. I've actually been waiting on this bit of footage to finish this video for almost a week. So just the way it all worked out. This field, when it was cut, we had a little bit of rain on it, so that delayed us from getting it baled. It's good weather coming, so we give it a bit of time to dry out, obviously. And then by the time our baler man come to slot us in, yeah, it was just about a week, or a little bit over a week for all that to happen. And then when he did come, we were in the middle of our silage, our second cut silage. So you're finding a wee bit of time then when we were at that to be able to come up and get a bit of drone footage. So it was just getting it all to tie in wasn't easy, but here we are, we got it. Yeah, so lovely bit of footage of the square bale working. It's a Krone big pack, is it? Is it like a 1290, I think, or something like that? I think it's the same baler as what Wes Pandy in America has, one only farmer. He has a few of these, and this is the first time I've seen one of them working up close. So yeah, lovely looking baler. It's got a chopper system on it and all, so you're producing an 8x4x3 chopped square bale of straw, and yeah, and we're baling to suit a customer, so that's what we're doing. But yeah, produces lovely bale. Up front there's a 6250R John Deere, which is rated I think at around 300 horsepower, so plenty of horses on it, and it'll be well fit for the job. So yeah, lots of dust. Conditions couldn't have been any better. Lovely dry straw, and baling up lovely and golden, which is what you want to see. It's lovely quality straw. Yeah, so that's it. I'm just going to let it play out and let the music finish it out. And as I say, next video will be of the silage, and you can look out for that maybe around the weekend or the early days of next week. So as always, thanks very much for watching. Take care. We'll see you in the next one.